Total Family Care has been serving families in Washington, D.C. for years. In 2004, Gail Avant, along with 5 other families at her kitchen table, started a mission.
Well, it started at the kitchen table with about 5 parents, us sitting around talking about what we want, reflecting on how we felt when we went to the agency doors. I decided to start an organization to help other parents and youth understand the importance of getting mental health, how to get the mental health, and how to shape their voices so that they could be heard. And then we are a provider of services. We do peer support work, and I think I'm probably the first organization in the District of Columbia to come up with a peer support program.
As far as my job, every day is something new. You know, you might have one day you might be scheduled to go see this client, and out of the blue you get an email you got to see another client and another client. You might got to see 3 or 4 clients out of a day. It's very, very good because you get to help other families, and that's one thing we're about at Total Family Care. We just don't focus on the client, but we also focus on the family too.
Gail's organization will become a de facto parent. Our families are so dysfunctional, to say the least, and that they're ill-equipped to even begin to deal with when you do an individual service plan or a family service plan. So Gail's operation technically becomes a de facto parent. If the student is in trouble at school, and the parent is ill-equipped to be a part of the plan, Gail, one of Gail's workers, will go to the school and become that de facto parent. If the child is in court, that Gail would then send a worker to be that person that deals with it. So until the pump get pumping with the family member.
I see it as families becoming more confident in their abilities, becoming more able to advocate for themselves and their children, and also gaining a better understanding of how to navigate these systems. And we've even had parents that go on to become peer specialists and work with other parents to share that knowledge and information that they've gained.
I was in a situation when I first came to Total Family Care Coalition. I came for help. Me and my sons became displaced in the District of Columbia. I lost my job and I lost my apartment. When I came here for help, now I'm being in a situation where I can get back and help. That's why I keep saying it's fulfillment for me, because I understand how it is to be, where the people are that we're assisting without. And I also have a son who's in DYRS, who's in the system. He's committed, and he has mental health issues. To be where I'm at now, to reach out to another family in any way I can, whether it's resources, just sometimes when you get a phone call, you can hear it in another mother's voice, just to relate and to let her know that it can be okay. It will be okay. We're here to help you. That's why I say it's very fulfilling to me to be here.
Over the years, we have proven that we can be more than just a family-run organization, because that's what we organize ourselves as. We are back in the trenches with the system of care. We're full partners. Total Family Care Coalition has a contract with the Department of Behavioral Health. We're the lead family contact for the system of care in the District of Columbia. So my charge is to go out and to empower, to relate to families and youth, to educate parents and youth on the benefits of mental health services and accessing mental health services.
We don't have enough family participation. We don't have enough cases that come before us where a mother and or father is present at the meeting. So it's very important to me as the chairman of this committee to have robust representation of Total Family Care there in effort to re-engage people in this process. It's almost like an outreach, if you will, which I really appreciate.
Ms. Avant and her team has been key in helping families make connections to mental health services, making family connections to, foster care, just bringing families closer together, unifying them in a positive way, addressing grief and loss, getting the kids to go back to school, get their GEDs, cut back on truancy, anything. They're like a 24-hour service that they make sure that the families know that they're available when they need them.
And so Total Family Care really set the bar really high as far as our expectation on the level of support, the level of community navigation that the families would receive through this service area. So what Total Family Care brought to us helped us to understand exactly what we were looking for, what we wanted moving forward, and what we should expect from other agencies that applied to become family support providers within DC Youth Link.
And I always say that we, Total Family, come in to help improve families' quality of life so they can sustain a better quality of life. It's not about us. It's not about me. It's about me demonstrating what I've done, and hopefully somebody can learn from that.
To give these families some semblance of normalcy, because a lot of this toxicities that's within our families, our children really believe that that is a normal behavior.
We had a mom back in, I think, 2009. Somehow or another, she got a referral to our organization, and the mom was a mother of 10 children. All her children had been removed by Children and Family Services.
I felt lost before I got with this program. I had children in the system. I've been up and down, up and down. I was on drugs before, and and one time I wanted to commit suicide, and I had took my clothes off, and I was about to take all these medications because I thought things just wasn't going, work out for me. And I just felt so lost. So Miss Gail was introduced to me, and I just kept calling her, crying to her about my problems and my kids, and it seemed like I never was gonna get my kids. I told Miss Gail I was gonna kill myself, and she was over my house before I hung up that phone, it's like she was knocking on my front door. So I had got with Miss Gail, and she taught me how to advocate for myself and for my children. And she kept telling me, just hold on, we got this. We got this, you can't help them if you break down.
And it was unconscionable for her not to see him. So we went to the hospital, and the daughter had mental health challenges, but severe.
Yeah, we went to Children's Hospital because they had my daughter in Children's Hospital, and she was on 17 different medications.
And these was not mild medication, but very powerful medication, actually adult medication, like Prozac, 5 years old.
And they wasn't letting me see my daughter. I haven't seen my daughter in about 5 years.
Mom was upset. I said, Mom, let me be the lead on this. Let me try to figure out what we can do to convince these professionals that you still should see your child.
So when we was around the table at Children's Hospital, Ms. Gill was there advocating for me.
But I put on my advocacy hat, and I started advocating for that parent so she could see her daughter. I said that there's no reason why she couldn't see her. His supervised visitation, she can have supervision on that visitation. I would help her. I would assist her in the visitation. And I said, you put so many obstacles in her way and saying this is a condition that she has to meet before she can see the child, and she has met him. So it's time for you guys to do something.
We don't even call it rehabilitation for a lot of these families. We call it habilitations. Why is that so important? It's because you can rehab what has been there. If it's never, you have to create the train, the track, and the whole piece.
It's not easy being a parent. It's not. And I always say, if you can only be the parent you are if you was parented with good skills. So in this case, the parent wasn't, but that didn't matter. So when, after about a half an hour of wrangling with the judge, he agreed. He said, Ms. Avent, I'm writing a court order today. And this mom can see her daughter today, and you can supervise the visit.
And before I left Children's Hospital that day, I got to see my daughter that same day, and she wasn't on 17 different kind of medications. She got on 3, and she's still on 3 medications today.
So the mom was so happy, and after a few years of treatment, they've been reunited. So one by one, all her kids started coming back to her. So she has 8 kids with her today.
And ever since then, I've been going forward, fight, and I ain't let go since.
Actually, being an attorney is the secret weapon I have, because I don't let people know that I am an attorney. I'm a parent, and that's what I want people to know about me. But being a trained attorney, that gave me insight on knowing different laws, how to conduct myself when I go into court, how far to go, how not to far to go, and how to interact with professionals.
Gail says what she wants people to know is that she is a parent first and believes that it is her job to advocate.
To be more than just a parent when it came to me advocating. I am a parent, and that's what I want people to remember about me and to know about me. I'm in a public housing complex, and I position myself here because this is where the need is. I don't think as a nonprofit or provider, we should be afraid of the people we serve. We say we serve them, then we need to be with them.
It's been actually quite fantastic over the past 3 years, particularly because of the involvement with Total Family Care, namely Gail Avent, who's just been an integral committee member and has really sort of spearheaded the effort to engage families in the process. But Gail has a really beautiful way of disarming the stuffiness of these committee meetings and engaging with the parents in a way that allows them to feel much more comfortable and part of the process.
As a small organization, as a family-run organization, as an organization actually not knowing I would be sitting here today saying that I'm being honored by the National Federation of Family is amazing to me, because when I started out in this work, I just saw it as something to help families.
I couldn't be happier, really. I mean, we need more recognition, especially when it's as well deserved as it is in the case of Total Family Care. I think that it's a real testament to the work that they've been able to accomplish in this city, and I'm just so proud to be working with them.
Well, I think it cannot go to a better person other than me, you know. No, she in good company when I say other than me. I really believe that it cannot happen to a better person. So I just, I'm like I said, I'm glad to be a part of her getting this award, and just that Gail just keeps growing and developing, and people that do not know about what she's doing will come to know and utilize her even more.
When people come to Total Family Care Coalition, they walk away with the 3 things: that I'm going to stand with them, I'm committed to them, and I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. When there's a crisis, they know they can call me.
This organization was the best thing that could have ever happened for me. It could have been, this was the best thing that ever could have happened for me. And I like helping other people, giving back what Miss Gail gave me to help other people. You know, because man, I've been through a lot. And, you know, I feel much better. I feel so much better. So much better.